Where's Ophenal? Just useless. As for my headstrong order, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be once of a lifetime trip to Garlemald. No story. We have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. This better be a joke. Oh no, it's no joke. I know what I saw, right? You all saw it. Here, you are standing. He's alive and well, living in the high life back in Garlemald. How ludicrous it sounds, I'm still having difficulty believing myself. Well, I might doubt the world of Imperial Envoy. Climbed the trust patios. She saw the Crown Prince hear the echo in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. Xenos is alive. I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the master's grave, remember? That's Gilded Halls. Whatever are you talking about? Fred, what brings you to the ranch? Governor had the landing, Hannah had the assault ring. Keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until the operations were up and running. Now that they are, I thought I might look on you before wending my worry back to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but I heard there were some suggestions the late Crown Prince could have gone better. So money suggests a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business. As much as I hated the man, if that doesn't feel right to climb his grave, this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. When there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. In blood hole in the logs, his grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. It shouldn't be too hard to find. Now go. You're in charge until I get back. I'm gonna go check out his grave, make sure he's actually dead. He might have actually just risen up from his grave. I mean, Hildebrand did it. So Xenos' grave's around here. Under the moonlight, right? Better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought to know more about it. So no Untitled Chapter if the coffin was still occupied? Hold on. We're present with but one course of action. And we had best be sure we are not observed in doing so. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Yep, Xenos escaped.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Didn't you conclude the rumors are true? Sure, you might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. The agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to land the credits to tell Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding off in those theory of Ashen possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. Saying an Ascian is walking around in Xenos' body. It seems a distinct possibility. Once I put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaving to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He has good at cut his own head off. Anyway, Robon needs to hear about this. If you find anything about it, then send word to me at the Wrangler's Reach. And why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. If it isn't Stalzan, it's past time we shared these developments with the others. Let's talk to Alice. I was waiting for you to arrive. I spoke with Renje over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Estrella is on her way and should be here any moment. Ah. It's good to see you safe. Well, what news have you from the east? I might fool the Crown Prince subordinates, but Patios? Aye, Alfredo had the right of it. As capable though he has become, he ventures alone into enemy's stronghold, in the shadowy web of paragons like his most, as not. As to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Not suffer icon Jesus. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear, the icon in question was similarly dispatched by the War of Light. The summoner's dead, and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. We're only to ensure the salvation of this star. What are you doing filling that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. What are you? Have you lost your mind? I've lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. Is this a survivor of the skulls of Fordola's skulls? Could that be possible that one of the skulls survived and now he's planning to take down Alamigo? That's possible, right? Nay, I do not. While the one I hear in the face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Ponder. Oh, cool. That's a pretty cool emote. With taunts, Alphina's plight weighing heavy on her mind. I'll say might welcome some company. Been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphina. Don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and your encounter with this new primal especially. Put the kettle on. The table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. Oh, I'm gonna take a seat. Oh, so it's gonna be a long cutscene. Yeah, I'm good. Tsukiyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo, your medium of her sacred relic. Reside in physical objects. The danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics. But if you are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can do on the subject. On India, and I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I'll pen you a letter after introduction. Lord Hien would wish to welcome our resident expert on Aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in the need of our tea? That's why it looks that way. Come, sit down and tell us how your investigation went. Who's gravekeepers? They all told much the same story. Once leaving her office as confirmed Zeno's death, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seemed little reason to doubt their testimony at that point, but when I mentioned the defense of Zeno's grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious person in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamigan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scroll was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it is like that the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we left two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to tend to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or Nashin as taking up residence within it. Asahi was a fervent devotee as you believe. He would not have been fooled by an impersonation. Assume that we are dealing with Nashin and proceed accordingly. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino and Garlemon? Hers was his chief reason for going. He understood the risk, and I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Alphino, we are making good speed towards our destination. It's not a mist. I don't see much from the cabin. I'm just curious about the land over which we flew. I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought of such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your crossing, however. We're presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Otard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but miles upon miles of lifeless earth. Desolate wasteland, let dry of every last drop of Aether. Usually that a succession of Acon summonings was responsible. Came to Otard and beheld it displayed. He is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared Acons a threat to our very star's existence and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report. Under attack, sir. Check armor, no visible designation. Match attack, but who? Cannons, return fire, damage report. Actor has been held. Helm on responses. We're going down, sir. Damn it, Dean knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Have your back out, etc. Well, they'll land in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged. The ship is filling with smoke. We'll scatter survivors and get out while we can. Is Alphanal? Alright, that's alright. Playing as Alphanal, that's pretty sick. I found it. Not here. Not like this. Who was that? Who? In the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. Very common to crisis, Master. Friend, let us finish this then. I'm assuming there's a civil war in the Garland Lawn now. Alpino was getting caught in the middle of a civil war. Great. Thanks, your intermission proved most timely. Well, I didn't think we had arrows in this place, let alone a sign. You know of me, sir? Have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the presence, know your silence, and the severity of your predicament. The soldiers before bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard, and I could venture guesses to their motive, but you yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking, and as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An ashen mask? The face of our prey. We must away before more arrive. Come with us. Or stay. But make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the bird and secure passage to capital, we would no doubt be greeted by an Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. ShadowHunter will suffice for the present. Alright, Mr. ShadowHunter. Come. What the heck is that? Masks. Those are Ashen masks, right? Like, those are the masks worn by the Ashens right here on his belt. Is he like a hunter of Ashens? This isn't terrible, but as much as I wish there otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphino but to pray for his success. Well, that is not entirely true. While there are other journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo, find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit there sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alice, but the provinces are hostile territory. Stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. Certainly demands it. Reminds me. Can I go with Tancred? I'll go with him. How exactly would that be any better? I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Furthermore, though you are, your successful mission depends on moving unnoticed. Unless you forget, you have grown rather famous. I trust you understand. I'm not that famous. Come on. Come on, Tancred. I'm not that famous. Just promise you'll be careful. So, Alphino met a shadow hunter that hunts shadows, meaning Ashians, right? Alright. Let's talk to Alice. But it seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution, after all. I will stay behind, as I have been. We all have our talents. Mine just happened to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word of the moment I earn out of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Dogma as soon as I find a suitable East Alinar vessel to bear me hither. But I shall return if I am needed. I'm sure to drop by in whenever you're next in the area, Pat. Any luck, have a faithful, detailed report from Alphino to share. Yeah, I'll drop by. Ponder. New emote, huh? Got a new emote called Ponder. Ponder. Yeah, learned an emote called Ponder. Okay, how does that work? Ponder, right? Just write Ponder? Ponder. We're in deep in thought. Difference between Ponder and the default idle animation, though. That's default animation. Alright, that's the default idle animation. Okay, now let's write Ponder and see what the difference is. Okay, it moves the eyes to the right? Yeah, it moves the eyes. Okay, so it moves the eyes. At the eyes, it moves the eyes a little bit. Alright, that's pretty cool. I'll say is impatiently fussing with her link pearl. Alright. Pettius, you've come here hoping for news. I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Your is still investigating primals in the Far East. Tancred is gathering intelligence on the Imperial provinces, and Alphino is still out there somewhere. Huh? There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does he respond to my calls. And all the while, I'm just meant to sit around here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons? I bear a message from the Orison Alliance. Oh, Harold. What's up? Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Come to the Rising Stones. If I have a message I should be most eager to have. Here. My lady, the Alliance leaders will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ashen interference. We humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Having assessed the intelligence provided by the Alamegan resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xeno's remains, they too suspect Ashen involvement. They wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your Order's Council would be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. I'm with everyone else afield. With almost everyone else afield. I'd say this one falls to us. By which I mean I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. Of course I will. There you have it. You accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and the date of the meeting will be shared in due course. But I can confirm that a council will take place in Alamigo by your leave. I somehow doubt we'll have anything useful to offer, but standing mutually at the meeting would still be better than the nothing I've been doing of late. Let's make her ready to depart, shall we? Tancred, what's going on, my man? Alright, just be careful on the road back, okay? You hear? Did I hear right, Rio? Is Tancred coming back? Hi, he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being Guardian Terry, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in, so he said he'd be back as quick as he could, and to make sure someone was waiting for him in Alamegan Quarter. Understood. Petros and I will go. We're bound for Alamigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come, let's be off. Back to Alamigo. Gotta find Tancred, right? Have to find Tancred somewhere. Oh, there's Tancred. There's Alice. Let's talk to Tancred. You two are sad sore eyes. Now all I need is water from a parched throat. Fish me a cup, will you? Tree spring, true Imperial Terry's to work. Sure, Tancred.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin.
Oh shit. An Ascian took over Xenos' dead body.
But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding him there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with, no. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
council. Just have to see before Alfino's trail goes cold. Your first pay he and a visit. You sure to want to hear about these elements, and he may well be able to advise us on how best to reach the brain. ShadowHunter, your show isn't done, isn't she now? Nurses should join you in the search if you ask her nicely. Well, do you say all to that, or shall I go and report my findings to the Alliance? You may leave my preparations for the council to me. Thank you, Tancred. It's a Doma then. We have much more to share with you, Stola. This one. Stola, how you doing? It is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at the present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. Oh, two faces from the dim and the distant past. Now come now, it hasn't been that long. Who was that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals for rebuilding effort. Of late he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that, I had some knowledge of Aether he had seeking my counsel. Just now he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent of a deep-spected crystal that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. It would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More intense than liking to, I think. The sight of a Mikote with peculiar contraption upon her head has a certain novelty. In these parts, any actual regard they may have for me, I owe wholly to you and the others who came before. Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one's will upon an Aether-infused objects of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the requisite belief. Correct. Such a sacred relic as the Kojin collect upbraid the need for religious fervor in the summoning. Yutsu being the most obvious example. She had but no associate of the artifact given to her by Asahi of the Divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of crystals, also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukuyomi brought into being. Which brings me to questions of preventive measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know of naught that will avail us save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. But I doubt you came all this way to hear that which may be perused in a report. Has something happened to Alphinu? I shall join you in this search, of course. Thank you, Stola. I should be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Kian. Asik was on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Keiken. Ken Guardsman, alright. Lord Ian expect you. May I show you in? Yeah, sure. Thanks, my friend. Alice has explained all to me. Needless to say, you have our full cooperation in this search, even if Alphino's trail does lead to the burn of all places. Ian is mulling over the details of Alphino's link protocol. Feel the burn. The region known as the Burn occupies a special place in Garland history. Every child in Empire is familiar with the tale. In the distant past, it was a verdant land teeming with life, but successive summonings saw it bled dry of Aether and reduced to a desert. It was upon beholding the devastation that primals had wrought the Emperor Solus was prepared to embark upon his crusade against their kind. Burn offers a glimpse of the future we seek to prevent. Know you have any reason why Alphino might have gone there? I mischance, though it lies en route to Garlemald. It is no place to make a stop. My guess is that you encounter some manner of trouble there. In any event, I am of the same kind of mind of Alice. We have no choice but to take our search to the Burn, given the considerable distances involved. It is best we went by bird. Enos and I have our yoles. We agree. Will you ready your falcon for the others? I shall gather our swifter birds. Here the House of Fears. There is an overlook. Pray join us there, once you have seen to our preparations. Alright, let's go. We're gonna go feel the burn. Feel the burn, yeah, feel the burn. There you guys are. Talk to him. Everyone is here possessed of a bird, let us away. Remember, our destination is a barren wasteland. There's no civilization to speak of for 100 miles. Take care that you do not lose your way. The burn is now accessible. Oh, it's gonna be a dungeon? Oh, it is a dungeon. It's just a desert. How can a desert be a dungeon? Does that make any sense? A desert is a dungeon? Alright, fair enough.
Make ready, friends! We are come to the burn!
Everyone, land where you can! We must wait out the storm!
Otard, the burn. Falling rocks, alright. Is this Mario Party? This dungeon reminds me of Nier. Can I just say it reminds me a lot of Nier? Oh shit, falling rocks, careful. Watch it, a tank, not me. Ouch, my legs. We have a boss here. Move behind pillar. Okay, line of sight. Got it. Easy, boss. Oh, what up is this? Holy. Power of the holy. holy light. With the holy light, I tell you. Pass. Jumpy. Oh, that's a big ominous hole. I hope there's no, like, giant serpent that comes out of there. Or a giant worm. Far inside. What? That's a cool mechanic. Oh, that's a nice view. The Blackened Lands. Oh wow, that's a nice view. Oh, treasure, treasure. No one taking treasure? I'm taking it. Oh shit, no, I will press a button. What is this? Is he down? Oh, that's a bad defense. Move it. That's a big giant giga war. Careful, the Giga Worm's after you. That's a big AoE. I don't do that. Cutscene? Dragon. What's the dragon doing here all the way over here? Kill the tree dragon hands face and help each other out of frozen walls. Don't attack him when he's in the mist. I'm assuming he's in the mist right now. True giant hands are essential. So you see giant hands and kill giant hands. Roof is frostbite. Yes. Oh crap, I'm frozen. fuck?
Easy one.
Ah, there you are. Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I had begun to despair of finding you again.
Do you recognize the crashed ship over yonder? Mistress Alizé and I briefly inspected it. It is the vessel that bore Master Alphino away.
But there was no sign of him, nor of Maxima and his people.
War Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle. There may be clues. We should split up and search the area.
These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard.
Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphino is his prisoner?
Alphinaud's fine, I'm sure of it.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphinaud is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphinaud is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
Here's my question. Can he actually hear the end of it? If he's already dead? Would he be able to hear the end of it in the first place? Oh well. Next time on FF14, is Alphinaud dead? Speak with Fabian at the Doman Enclave, alright. Oh, he's right here. He spawned right on top of me. That was a deceptively uneventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for a sandstorm. Joking aside, I'd say our birds are due to good brush down a treat or two, wouldn't you do? Yeah, sounds good. Hian has a request for the silence. I had hoped to steal a moment's rest after a little outing, but it would seem duty calls. A foreign emissary arrived in my absence. Do not let us keep you then. Actually, I was wondering if you might join me. I cannot think of a guest who could fail to request the presence of the silence, at least none. Should I be happy to receive? Of course, if you think it will be useful. Thank you. Let us return to my matter, then. I'll continue this next time on FF14. I'm gonna have to stop it here for today. So next time we'll continue on the Shadows of the Empire and try to figure out what the heck is gonna happen next. So see you guys next time on FF14. Well, these are extremes. Yeah, these are extremes. See you guys next time.